Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the On and Off Pod with our hosts here, Adzi and Josh. How are you, brother?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm well, mate. It's been a while. It has been a while. We've had a nice little break, and we've been able to refresh, I guess, from the podcast world. And
a little bit. Well, we've been busy. We've played Thursday night, Friday night games of footy, and I suppose we've struggled to find the time a little bit, haven't we?
We have a little bit, and we feel sorry for Jack and Rich who have to travel down from Ballarat to
Jack's been
to
on
accommodate
the text,
for us,
trying to tee this up for a long
Yeah,
time.
he
So
has.
he's missed us, obviously.
Yeah, but no, we've got plenty to talk about. Obviously, the footy season's well and truly kicked on a bit, and there's only 5 games to go.
Yeah, we've found ourselves in a little bit of a, I don't know, predicament in a way. Like we've got to win games of footy to make finals, so it's going to be a big next few weeks for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the most frustrating thing is, and we've touched on before in early episodes of the potty, that when we play our best footy, that we can match it against the good sides, and we just don't consistently do it for long enough in the games that we haven't won. I think back to the Geelong game where we were in a position to win and we didn't win. The Adelaide game earlier on in the year, the Port Adelaide game over there, there's been quite a few games where we've been in positions to win, but we just haven't been able to. So what better way to now come up against, obviously, Melbourne, and then we've got Geelong, then we've got Freo, some really good sides that we have to beat.
Yeah, exactly. And the team's changed a lot. You obviously know that because you've moved to half-back, mate. So how are you finding it?
Oh, I like it, mate. It's good.
You like it?
How do you reckon I'm going down there?
I actually got asked that question today. I did Channel 10.
Oh,
and
yeah?
They were like, how's Ads enjoying the half-back line?
Well, I like it, yeah. It's
You
good.
do?
It's a nice little changer for me. I seen there was a little quote that the Bulldogs put up in one of my interviews after the game about, I guess, suiting my strengths and my traits the way that half-backs are this day and age. They're really just another offensive attacking player, aren't they?
So
Most teams use them as an attacking player.
So when you're out there, you just don't defend, or
No,
what
I
are you
do
thinking?
defend. Hey, you watched the defensive spirit yesterday, mate. I was in there a couple
I
of
didn't
times.
see you once.
He always constantly bags me
He came up in an offensive one. He was too offensive, and
True.
I sit next to him in the thing, and he got the shit so much.
Well, it wasn't too offensive. The thing was, I'm not going to go into detail because it's just going to fire me up, so I'm not going to, but I actually wasn't too offensive. I just didn't get the ball.
Yeah,
But I know I'm enjoying it. It's good. Do you reckon I'm doing well down there?
I think you're good. Yeah,
Thanks, mate.
We always talk about your voice
Yeah.
and your communication, and I can hear you every time. Every time I get the ball at the bottom of the pack, I just hear your voice and fire it out the back because I know that you're going to be there.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'm really enjoying it. I think it hopefully can prolong my career for a little bit because I'm definitely getting old.
Adding another string to your bow, mate.
Yeah, well, I don't think the forward line was working for me, so may try something else.
Oh, well, that's all good.
How are you going? How's your footy going?
Yeah, going okay.
How do
Going
you
okay.
think personally?
Probably post-buy, I've been a little bit down on my output, I feel like, but I'm out there to sort of play my role for the team, and a lot of that's been probably more in the forward half of the ground, so a bit opposite to you. But yeah, no, I'm feeling confident. Last week I struggled with a bit of soreness, so I didn't train at all, and then played
That's right.
on Friday night.
Hurt your back, didn't you?
Yeah, it was just random. I just had no idea how it happened or where it came from.
One of the old back spasms.
Back spasm. I've never had one. So that really railed me a little bit. And
I heard some
couldn't do
funny
much.
stories that you were doing at 2 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I was doing some stretches in bed because I couldn't move.
So
move at
what? You were
times.
setting your alarm to wake up to do some stretches in bed?
No, I just wake up and then feel like I had to get moving. So I did some little. Yeah, Scotty, our physio, gave me some little tricks.
I don't think there's many players in the AFL that would have committed their time to doing that.
Well, you wouldn't probably, would you?
No, I would for sure. Definitely would. I think it's a good segue into.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, so it's been a while. We've had these girls high regarded, aren't they?
We've had them on the radar for a very, very long time.
We've tried to organise it, but one's normally here, the other's not. But here they are. Kim and Tippah, welcome to the podcast.
Tippah fresh from a flight. She just got in.
I know. Great start. That's what I thought would happen. But yeah, straight into the deep end.
And when we spoke to Kimmy, when I said to Kimmy yesterday on the FaceTime at the footy club, see it, because she came in yesterday. We were like,
we're on FaceTime at lunchtime.
Come tomorrow, podcast. She goes, I'm not doing a podcast. But you're here.
Yeah, to sit here and listen to you boys talk smack.
It's more Adam talking smack most of the time.
No,
That's
it's
true.
not. Got a bit of personality to the podcast. That's what I do, mate. No, but how we going, girls? We good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, nice cold Melbourne. It's been nice.
Yeah, that was always your problem when you were here, wasn't it? Kim?
Yeah, I had to get out real
It's
quick.
freezing.
What's the temperature in Brisbane at the moment?
I think it's a top of 18 degrees.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
And our little baby girl's just in the front room sleeping.
Yep. So the boys are on.
So the boys here are on duty.
Yep, they're on duty. If she cries, you're on to it, boys.
Have you guys, let's be honest, have you actually listened to an episode of our potty?
I have.
Yeah, I used to listen to them all the
Used
time.
to.
You
Well, you
used to.
haven't done it in ages.
Maybe
so
she got
I
sick of
haven't
them.
been able to.
And did you hear us the other? Because we kind of just wing it as we go. We don't have any
Prep.
routine or anything. We just ask questions, and he always says that I just talk shit all the time. So I'm just going to do that now for the next 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But we just did a potty yesterday with Tommy Sheridan, American Aces. Great potty.
It was good.
For those out there, have a listen. But there was a couple interesting questions about, it was kind of us just, things that we like about each other, that frustrate each other. I'm intrigued from both your perspectives about each other.
I was going to ask the same thing. I
I'm
literally was gonna
intrigued
say-
about what you guys think of us, and we'll just delve into it a little bit over the potty.
Okay.
One of the first things I wanted to ask Tippah, though, is I'm not sure if you've seen what I said.
I told her about it, mate. I told her about it.
The guzzler.
Yeah, the guzzler.
The guzzler. Jack hasn't seen it. Ritz would have seen it. But one of the things that Josh does is, I reckon I'm the only one who's noticed it.
I've noticed it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. So when he drinks, when you drink, you're like, he's the guzzler.
Yeah, and he always goes,
always. And I sit there in the car, and I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
So he waits till the podcast to tell me.
And do you know what's funny? Remember I told you after we did the potty, I swear on my life that the day before, because we were having lunch in the car, I was actually going to say something, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to say anything.
So that's why it was fresh in your mind. That
And do you know what? Do you know when you have a hot drink, so a coffee, it's even louder because it's hot. Exactly.
yeah, well, that's all right.
No, I'm glad Tippah actually knows. She agrees with me. What would you say was my
Oh,
big
I don't know
downfall?
if Kim agrees with me, but I think you're very hard to organise stuff with.
Oh, I have to agree with that. He's terrible at organising.
Things will just come up randomly. Oh, he texted me this morning at like 6 o'clock. I don't know what time you got up this morning. What time did you get up?
Oh, I wasn't up. It was just Georgie was waking
Anyway,
up.
you text me and I woke up and I just saw Adam Trelaw 2 messages and I'm like, he's cancelled the podcast. I was just
Actually-
thinking about it in my head. I was like, he's cancelled.
What did I send you?
What did you send me?
I know what I sent you. So we did a spelling bee, and I know our Jack and Ritzy will love it.
Yeah.
We did a spelling bee on, and I'm a good speller, don't you reckon, Kim?
You are. You're good with spelling and you're good with numbers.
Yes. So
How do you spell boy?
B-O-Y.
Type my
Exactly.
boy.
The floating boy.
B-U-O-Y.
We've learnt that now.
No, so for again, go and watch the American Aces potty that we did.
Yep,
We did a
with
spelling
Tommy.
competition, and the word was jewelry.
Yeah.
And you and Tommy stitched me up because I spelt it right.
Well, I thought you spelled it right,
I did.
but Tommy said no.
Oh well, he was wrong. But anyway, so you didn't beat me in that
So did
spelling
you listen
competition.
to what you said?
No, I didn't.
Maybe you spelled it wrong then.
No, I didn't. I said Jewellery.
E-R-E-Y.
E-R-Y.
I thought you said E-R-E-Y.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Anyway, I wanted to bring this up on the potty because for our listeners that listen, they know that I didn't spell it wrong, and you didn't beat me in that spelling bee on the potty we did the other day.
Well, I was 1 up, so we would have gone again and I just would have beaten you again.
Well, we don't know yet, and we will never know.
So we'll have to do it again.
We'll have
That's
to do
what
it
we'll have
again
to do.
on another potty. But no, we should learn about our guests, our loves.
Our
we're,
loves.
We're here just talking about each other.
True.
That's
It
all-
always ends up like that.
It always ends up just being us two. One of the questions I had for Tip and for Kimmy as well, because I want to hear Kimmy's perspective on our relationship, but I'd love to know how you two met. How it all transpired.
You know, tell the
'cause-
story, Tip.
yeah. I want
the
Tipper to tell the story because I've heard your perspective. I want to hear Tipper's.
we met outside the Burley Pub.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, we're in the hub.
Oh,
when we were in the
really?
hub
It was
and-
like our end of season, and we stayed at my place on the Gold Coast, all the girls, and who was it? Me, Lara, Rudy, and Macy went to the Burley Pub. And then Lara was like, oh, the boys are coming.
Yeah, so we met him outside the Burley Pav and walked up the street because we weren't allowed to sit down.
That's right, in the hub. Was this in the off season for you girls?
Yeah, it was like fresh off season. Yeah.
And
Literally-
and when you seen Josh, what were you just like, wow, Josh. Have a look at Josh.
That's what you were.
I remember he was like sitting and he was like laying back trying to cool.
What did he have on? Did he have like an Armani exchange jacket on and like a Louis Vuitton
No, I didn't.
wallet? Or
I
was in
can't
the hub.
remember.
I was in the hub, so I just had a plain clothes.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, keep going.
And then,
Who made the first who made the first move?
well, nothing really happened after that. And then,
Yeah.
what? I can't remember.
Oh, it was like 2 months later because I stayed up there after the season. And then that was when we sort of caught up one night for a couple of drinks. And yeah, it was good.
And it went from there.
Yeah,
And now
pretty
you're here.
much. Pretty much. But Lara
Nice.
introduced us at
What
the
a
start.
boring way to.
Well, what's your
explain.
story? Your story must be pretty good.
Yeah, ours is good.
What's yours, Kimmy?
I want to hear Kimmy's perspective. Who went after who?
I think I.
Yes,
went
you
for
did.
first.
You initiated it?
Yeah, because you were looking at me so scared.
True.
So I
True,
was like,
mate.
all right, I'll make
Very
the move.
true. I was shy.
He was looking at you scary.
No, he
No,
was
he was
scared.
Oh, he was scared. So
Yeah.
what was...
So Adam used to do his recovery.
Oh, because we obviously played at the same footy club,
Yeah, yeah.
and we actually used to do the netball team used to recover at the same time as.
Am I telling the story or you?
True.
This is always what happens.
Taking over.
If I start telling something, he will just take over.
Well,
so-
Kimmy's gone. Adam's done recovery. We could be at the
No.
local gym at friggin'
No.
155 or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
So we met at, obviously the Collingwood Football Club.
Yeah.
And we used to train from like 4 till about 7:30.
Yeah.
And so Adam used to be doing his recovery after hours.
On
Which-
purpose.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I just remember Cody Lang was shooting at the time, and I just remember Adam, just doing foam rolling, and I was like, oh, should I go like introduce myself
remember
or
that,
say
actually.
hi? Just because I wanted to like make a friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then ended
Please.
up ended up walking over and introducing myself, and just from that first like initial introduction, couldn't stop him from talking.
So were you sitting there on purpose on the foam roller waiting for
Kimmy.
Kimmy to come over?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Telling the truth?
Yeah, I'm telling the genuine truth.
So what were you doing? Just
I was foam rolling. I was genuinely
What,
doing my foam
in
rolling.
the gym
No,
with all the girls
I
there?
was tucked away. I was tucked away in the corner. The girls use the gym in the hours that we use the gym. When you say out of hours, it would have been 10 minutes after
You were meant to be
rotations had finished, not meant to be gone. Think about it, the amount of times the boys are still at the footy club
Yeah.
after hours.
gone. You're not.
Well, not I don't need to be anymore. But that's right. That's another thing. That's another thing I want to bring up with him. He's still in that little phase where it's all about quantity, not quality. It's about hours spent at the footy club.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
yes,
not.
you are. Because he tried to use that explanation against me about who's more whipped out of us two.
Oh, so we got asked the other day. Cross reckons that I'm more whipped than Adam.
Absolutely. What do you reckon, Kim?
right now, absolutely.
I'm going to say, no. I was going to say, so how long have you and Tip been together? Over a year now?
Oh, it's a year and 3/4 probably.
Yeah. So if you were to put me and Kim together when we were together for a year and a half and next to you two, I'd probably be worse than what you are.
Mhm.
And when I say worse, I mean in a good way. You're just like very smitten.
Yeah,
like
but
you're
I went down the path of it's probably not more. It's more like because you've got a family. But I went down the path of saying that he doesn't come to training on certain days because he's spending time with you.
Not really.
Yes.
What do I do? I fly up to Queensland, spend time
No,
and
no.
fly back down.
So there's never been a Monday where you've been like rang in and you've been like, I'm going to stay home today.
Oh, there's probably been two, yeah.
Yeah. How many have I had?
But hang on. Is your daughter laying in the front room?
no, I know. Mate. I'm
Exactly.
just trying to bring it closer so it's not as bad.
Yeah, so you know that you're more whipped.
No.
Yeah,
They're just in their honeymoon phase.
Yeah. Are we?
Oh yeah,
You reckon?
for sure, for sure.
No,
It was a good 2 years.
Have
for
you had a
us, I
big
reckon.
fight yet?
Yeah, we have tiffs every now and then.
Tiffs.
Not for a while.
Yeah, he gets annoyed at me.
Oh, is that the? So you're the Adsy of the relationship because you always say I get annoyed at you.
Oh yeah. Well,
So he gets
kind of.
annoyed if
I
that makes
learn it
sense.
from you. So then,
Oh, is that why you're playing career best footy then? If you're learning it from me.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, back to the story that Kim was explaining.
Oh god.
Where were we at? You came over to me
Yeah.
and what'd you do? I don't even remember.
We just spoke for ages, and I think from that moment we were speaking, we realised how similar we were.
Oh yes, that's right. I do
Connected.
remember that.
See, I remember things.
And then I
unlike him.
remember the first time I thought something I really was like, oh wow. I remember you were playing in Tasmania, and you were flying back on a flight, and apparently you knew nothing about footy. That was the one thing I got from the conversation I had with you, which I obviously when we started dating, I figured out you didn't. Yeah. But she put up a video. It was like a 10-second Insta story of a goal, and it was me kicking the goal.
Really?
And we'd had one
Ooh,
conversation.
smart,
No, but it wasn't. It was just like, I think you must have written
Said,
like,
what a gun.
What a gun?
Yeah.
Is that what you wrote? Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, there you go. So then I messaged her. I was like,
read?
yeah. I replied. I was like, yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? And then, then we went from there. But that was pretty crazy. And it was pretty funny because we were like super shy about it at the start with everything, because being at the same footy club and boys will be boys. You know what boys are like.
Yeah.
They're bunch of smart asses. That's what they are. So I remember it just being very secretive at the start and like quiet.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was exciting. It was like an exciting time where like I'd be hanging with Kim in the morning or whatever it may be, and then we'd go to the footy club together, and not together, but she would have recovery later on in the day, and I'd just see her and it'd be like, "Hey, how you going? Like, long time no see."
So sneaky.
Oh, it was a fun time.
It's sort of like now, like when you see each other.
Yeah,
well, we're all living apart.
Yeah.
But when you see each other, everyone, there's passing comments all the time, because it's like you don't see each other, and then all of a sudden you're together,
Yeah.
and it's like you've never been together before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what we mean when we say that? Like when I say
you two at the club?
No, just in general. Like
Oh, okay.
it feels like you haven't been together for long because you've been apart for so long.
yeah.
Oh,
When-
yeah.
When, like, for instance, if I travel to Queen when we play in Brisbane recently, and I obviously got to stay with her for a bit, like, boys would just be, oh, you're staying with the missus, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, we're engaged, we've got a child, like, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a bit like last year when we're actually in the finals hub, and you guys get to come and stay with us. That was the same boys will be boys attitude. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. But no, that was a fun time in our life, wasn't it, Kimmy?
Yeah, it was.
And then
And here we are.
I know. Now here we are. We never thought that we'd be. I don't think early days we thought that you'd be living in a different state, and
Yeah.
I'll still be here, and we'd still be together.
Yeah.
To be fair, especially as we continue your netball career. But let's
We
touch
should-
let's
we
touch
should
on the
talk
netball
about it,
career,
yeah.
because we do have a lot of netball listeners out there that do commonly ask about you girls. We'll just get a backstory on both of you about your careers, and we'll start with Tippah, where it started, how it started, how you fell in love with the game of netball.
Talk about like how you grew up, where you grew up, things like that, and then just lead into.
So I grew up all around the world. I was in Shanghai for 4 years, and then Singapore for 3 years, I think. And then came back to Brizzy, and that's kind of where my netball started. So I did like state 17s, 19s, and then got into the Firebirds environment. I think just when Kimmy left, I came in.
Bugger.
So yeah, just missed each other. But and then 1 year Gretel Boetta got pregnant, and I kind of had a crack at being the starting goal attack, and it just went from there. So I did 2 years with the Firebirds, and then just moved to Adelaide. So yeah.
How was your first year with Adelaide?
Yeah, it was good. It was probably a bit up and down, probably like how you guys are going this year, but Adelaide's a good place.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's the biggest lifestyle change been for you? Clearly the weather, surely.
Oh, definitely. I think summer's really good there. It's like probably better than Queensland summer, like 40 degrees sort of thing, but winter's freezing. It's like absolutely freezing.
No different than what it would be like here, though.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's
Very
good.
true.
So how many years did you spend at Firebirds?
I think I did 3 years, training partner 2 years.
Yep. So training partner,
team.
meaning you played what?
It's like a rookie.
Yeah. No, I know
Yeah.
what it means, but I want our listeners, mate, to know
Okay.
what it means.
Yeah,
What-
so you just train. It's like a train on. You train with the team. So I did it in grade 12 was my first year, and then
So you were in year 12 and you were training with, that would have been
Grade 12.
Grade 12, I know. Year, grade.
Do you say year or grade?
grade, I think.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Queensland thing.
Palmy or Palmer?
Palmy.
Palmer.
Palmer.
Mama.
Yes. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So you were in year 12 and you were training with the Firebirds. So that would have been with like Gretel and
Yeah, I think
Geitzy?
I
Was
actually
Geitzy
think
there?
I did one session in grade
Kimmy?
11. Yeah, I remember
Really?
that. I was Kim probably doesn't remember me because I was like a mute then. I was like, did not say a word.
do you remember?
I don't remember.
I
Did you
was-
have dark hair?
Yeah, I probably did have
Yeah.
darker hair, but I did one session then. I was like so scared to go.
Starstruck or?
Yeah, it was like when you guys won the premiership, so it was like
Oh.
massive.
Also, it would have
side.
been, was that 215?
Yeah,
214, 15?
15.
15.
That
So,
year.
Yep.
did you support? Did you support the Firebirds? Like, did you follow netball? Were you a massive netball fan?
Not really, because it was a bit tricky being overseas, so you
Yep.
couldn't really watch it there. But when I came to Brisbane, I boarded at Somerville, which is like right next to the convention centre. So I'd like walk down with my sister and watch the games.
Really?
Yeah.
What sport do they play over in? Where was it? Shanghai? Did you say
Yeah, so I went to a
they play netball?
yeah, I went to a British school, so they played
cool.
netball there, and then Singapore was an Australian school. So
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They've lived all over the place.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you moved to Australia? You say what'd you say? 15.
So we moved overseas when I was like 8.
Yeah.
and
So
then-
you were in Australia first, and then you moved.
Yeah, and then came back when I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
To Sydney.
No, so I was born in Queensland, moved to Adelaide, I think, Sydney, then overseas. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sydney overseas, then back to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You'd have fond memories of living over? What's the biggest difference between living over there and then here in Australia?
Yeah, I think everything's different. Singapore's pretty similar. I reckon it's like a mini Australia.
You love Singapore, don't you? Is it
I've
you that
never
loves it?
been
there. Never
Oh, it must
been.
be Crosby then that loves it.
Yeah, he went to
um,
the Singapore Grand Prix,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is something we've got to do.
Yeah.
Should be a
Yeah,
trip.
Singapore's cool.
Should be. Anyway, keep going, Tip.
Yeah, China's probably the most different because
Yeah.
it's like a different world over there. But it's kind of like as an expat, you're like kind of in a little community of other expats, so it's not too. But
And-
I was like friends with people from like America, Europe, and stuff like
Do you
that.
still speak to those people now?
Probably more people from Singapore, not Shanghai, because
Yeah.
I was really little. But
That's crazy. I actually had no
So
idea.
cool.
Really?
No idea. Thought you were Australia just your whole career, like your whole life. Oh, that's cool. So
yeah,
then
it's
you
cool.
so then you played. So you were 3 years at the Firebirds, and you went the Firebirds, and then you went the Thunderbirds,
Hmm.
and now we're here.
Yeah,
And situation is it? So you've just re-signed, have you?
yeah. So another year with Thunderbirds.
Yeah, because it's crazy how we commonly talk about netball and AFL contracts. How netball, the security there is nothing like ours, and how they
Mm.
sign
Well, they
yearly
can't.
deals and
Yeah, they can't sign multi-year deals.
yeah,
can they?
okay.
Is that going to change or?
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. We've had a bit of struggle with the CBA and how that works.
Yeah.
So players haven't been able to sign more than 2 years. So it's been like a yearly thing the last few years.
So end of next year, everyone's going to be out of contract
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty stressful. Actually,
is.
I was going to
Yeah.
say how is it for you? Like, because you played this year out, like this was your out of contract year technically,
Mhm.
and then you just got to hopefully get another contract.
Yeah, it is very scary. I think last year was probably harder because everyone was off contract. You didn't know
Yeah.
where anyone was going to go, but
Yeah.
there weren't as many girls off contract this year. So
Yeah.
it
Do you
wasn't
think
as bad.
next year is going to be like hectic again?
Yeah.
I think-
there'll be more people move.
Well, hopefully there's more teams put in.
Yeah.
So that would be a bigger, like even bigger thing, I reckon.
So there's 8 teams at the moment, so you play everyone twice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Mhm.
Well done. Good job, Tip.
Thanks.
I actually learned quite a bit.
Bit
I
of
had
insight.
no idea that Tip lived overseas.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
What
cool.
about you, Kimmy?
I haven't lived overseas. I'm pretty boring.
No, explain your. We want to know. We want to hear your upbringing. Fairfield.
Western suburbs of Sydney. Bit like you, Adzi. Grew up rough. But yeah, I guess I fell in love with the game when I was 7 years old.
Still living in Sydney?
Yeah, still
Yep.
living in Sydney. I played with my twin sister Jess. And then I guess I started taking it more serious when I made the under-19s New South Wales team. I was a bit of a late bloomer. And then from there, started to make more teams. And it wasn't until 2013, Rosalie Janke, head of the Firebirds, offered me a contract to play with the Firebirds. But before that, I actually got offered to play for the Australian Diamonds before even playing.
Really?
At the Com Games, wasn't it? Was it the Com Games?
No, it was just a like a test series against England.
That's pretty
So
cool.
this was
isn't it?
straight out of
crazy.
state netball.
Straight out of just
They just picked you.
obviously the coach at the time saw potential in me.
Yeah.
I lived at the AIS, and she brought me in for a training session with the Diamonds, and then from there,
Happened quick.
Nat Von Berto, actually, she was the captain of the Australian team at the time. She did her finger over in England, and I was like, oh my God, the only replacement is me. And so I ended up debuting. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So
Can you imagine? Like, you can't even put it,
I'd never played in
compare it.
front of a crowd or anything. So I was just like, holy crap. I just had to like visualize it was like a high school game. And I was playing with Monia Gerard and like Kath Cox and just all these really cool people. And I was just like, is this a dream? It was so cool.
And how did you go? Was it good?
I ended up staying in the team for a good 6 years after that. But got my first professional contract with the Firebirds 2013. Played 4 years there, won 2 championships, and then moved to Collingwood for 2 years. Found myself back playing for the Firebirds. Yeah, now.
Took a year off, obviously, for Georgie, 2019 into 20.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was the hub year, wasn't it?
That was a hub year.
Yeah, so you're up in the Queensland hub.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because you were, remember, which was it, Collingwood? One of the teams were asking you
Collingwood,
to fill in.
Adelaide.
Yeah, they were going to fill in against us.
Yes,
I
that's
remember
right.
there was a rumour about
About
that.
Kimmy playing.
Yeah.
And we couldn't because we were like, yeah, let's do it. Because Timmy, obviously, our
AFL
manager,
was
was
too
saying,
strict.
like, why not do it? But the AFL said, get this. So pretend this is the, was it called? Twin Waters? You would have been in Twin Waters, have you?
Oh, I've been there, but I wasn't staying there.
Like, but you know it, right?
Yeah.
Pretend this is the precinct here. And you know how there's an area over here which is technically not a part of it, but you can just walk in the area.
Yeah.
So that's where they were staying, like the netball team, and this is where we were all staying. Like all the footy clubs were staying here. And the daily walk for everyone would be around the lake, and you'd see the netballs. The AFL said they're not allowed to play, so Kim's not allowed to play because she can't have direct contact with me. So if she goes and plays netball, she can't come in and stay with me. That was the reason being.
I was like, it's not worth it.
Oh,
I couldn't leave Adam with Georgie. She was 3 months old.
True that. But yeah, that was funny.
I still have pictures in my mind of you walking down the street in Mooloolaba, pushing Georgie in the pram.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Kimmy?
No.
We were all there. There was 4 of us, I think, like in Mooloolaba, and Adam was pushing Georgie in the pram.
I remember it like yesterday.
Where was I?
I said there's the Bulldogs boys over there, and I just remember one of them was you. I could swear one of them was Nader as well. Jackson McRae.
Yeah, I don't know.
I must have seen him another time, but I said to you, look, like there's the Bulldogs boys over there, and you would have just gone, oh yeah, whatever.
Cool.
And then kept walking, but it's pretty funny.
He was strutting his stuff.
Was he? He would have been.
A nice 95 kilo bloke walking down the street. I would have been 95 kilos at the time.
Actually, someone sent a photo. Oh no, that photo that I sent Tommy last night, you looked massive, and that was just last year. So
Yeah.
you've lost weight again, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I don't do much upper body weights at the moment, remember? Because my shoulder's crap at the moment, but that's all right.
Oh, well.
That's all good. Yeah, but with the good question for Kimmy, because Kimmy's obviously she was announced as the captain this recent season, which has clearly been something that you wanted to have in your resume, and I know part of the reason you left Collingwood was to be able to get to a position where you could potentially lead a netball club. How have you found that? How did you find that this past year?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was something I left Collingwood for.
No, I'm not saying you left Collingwood for. I'm saying that it's something that you would love to have had.
Yeah, I guess obviously getting a captaincy role is something special and something I've wanted to tick off in my netball career. But to be voted in by the girls was something really special, I think.
With Lara as well.
Yeah, with Larsie. But it's really special being acknowledged by the group and just knowing that they respect you as a person and trust you as someone to lead the girls out and go into battle, I guess. So it was pretty cool.
I think it was. I think you're underselling it a little bit, Kimmy. I think you should be extremely proud of it. I remember when you got announced, we were all extremely proud that you were announced as captain because you just downplayed it a little bit then. But I know it was something that you always wanted to be able to achieve, and And I wasn't saying you weren't going to get it at Collingwood. I'm saying you probably had a better opportunity if you were to do it elsewhere. So
You just gave us a little inside scoop, mate.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't mind that. That's all we do here. Don't you travel to Adelaide every week to
see Tip?
yeah, to
Always.
check out a few things?
Oh, wow.
And you're both clearly at different stages of your career. So Tippah, how long have you been in the system for now? Like 4 seasons?
3 seasons.
3 seasons. And Kimmy, you've been 10?
10, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Different.
What are you?
What am I? I moved to Sydney at the end of 2010.
So what's that?
2011
12
plus, yeah. I was going to say, so aspirations.
Mhm.
Again, probably not clearly different, but
Different stages of
being
life.
different stages of your life. I presume you'd probably want to play, hopefully get to the Diamonds level. I know you've played in the under one. What's the under one? Is it the 21s, under 21s? You've been in that pathway?
Yeah,
program?
I've been in, there's like 17s, 19s, and then Oz development. So
Yep.
all those I've been in, but
So you have to be pretty good to be able to get into those.
Yeah. She's a star.
I don't know.
No, didn't you go to New Zealand as a train on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to New Zealand so I did a tour to, I don't know where, Christchurch
Yep.
with the Diamonds, but that was like during COVID, so didn't really feel like,
Like it was a tour.
it was
yeah.
kind of
Your own
like,
room,
Yeah.
yeah,
locked away.
quarantine.
That's right, because I
yeah.
remember you had to do like 21 days of
Oh.
lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Something
like,
ridiculous.
yeah, it was full 14, I think, and
Yep.
then a week training.
So did you play
and
any
then-
games?
No, I didn't play any games, but I think it's just an honour to really be selected.
absolutely.
With
Because
those
Steph
sort of
Wood went down,
girls.
didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so she went down and Tippah got the call up.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah.
yeah, you clearly have aspirations to want to make it.
Yeah,
one day.
definitely. I think that's every netballer's,
Yep.
Australian netballer's dream.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the proudest moment you've had on a netball court or in anywhere in your career?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just debuting. I think that's a pretty big deal. Like, not many girls do it. There's like 80 girls in the league.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's
How'd
pretty
you
cool.
go? Your debut.
Well, we had a really good first half. We were like, I think we were up by like 17 or something against Sunny Coast, and then we lost by like
What?
20.
Was this before or after the 2-point shot? Was this?
Nah, this was like first year of 2-point
Oh,
shot.
I was going to say.
How
there's
old
no
were you in that game?
Hmm?
How old?
19.
Yeah, pretty young.
Yeah.
And you started and played the whole game.
Nah, so
Oh,
it was rolling subs, so we did that. So I think I played the first half, full half, and then we kind of like switched around a lot, and then we lost by so much
Oh,
because I think
shot.
Steph Wood got like 9 super
Yeah.
shots
Yeah,
or
she's a
something like that. Yeah.
how long did it take you to feel comfortable at the level? Or-
I think the first year, like your first year in the league's probably the easiest, I reckon, because no one really knows
really?
like what you play like. Like
Second year blues.
second year's
I reckon
hardest year.
That's true.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, the first time you burst onto the scene, no one knows.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't been scouted.
Yeah.
You know, and
Are
they
you
don't know
saying
your
it
strengths,
as
your
well at
weaknesses.
AFL level?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
think the
mature age
first few
recruits.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
First few games, no one really like figures you out.
Yep.
And then you probably go like into a lump in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What about you,
Kimmy? First game?
First game.
Yeah.
Well,
your
my
first
first
game
game
was
was for
Diamonds.
Australia. That was hectic.
Well, that's a highlight.
That is a highlight.
We did lose that, but my best memory playing would probably have been the 2014 Com Games gold medal match. Just knowing we were up by, I think, 14 at the time, and I think the last 2 minutes was just like enjoying every
Fun.
moment, and
That's
knowing that you're about to get a gold medal was just epic.
Is
What
that
have
in
you- what-
Sydney?
Yeah.
That was in
Yeah,
Scotland.
Scotland, that's right.
Glasgow.
Glasgow? Yeah.
What have you
Yeah.
done with it? The gold medal.
Dad's got it. It's hidden in the western suburbs. Not sure why I've left it there.
No, in a little apartment in the western suburbs.
I'm not going to tell anyone where it is. What am I doing? Yeah, but he's holding on to it.
What would
for
you
me.
say is your most prized possession? That?
That and my World Cup gold medal.
And they're both in the same spot?
Yeah.
What about you? Have you got a prized possession?
Probably under 19 silver medal.
So that was is that the World Championships?
Nah, that was just state like nationals.
Oh, okay. So
You
that
don't
was,
really play games for Australia
Yeah.
underage.
How
So-
does I'm intrigued to hear from your perspectives. How does it work? How do you get drafted? Like, that's what we say. We get drafted because we go into a
Mm.
draft and play rep football. How do you actually get drafted and
I think-
recognised?
You just have to like tough it out as a training partner for a few years.
So everyone, well, were you ever a training partner?
No.
I don't think they had them.
It's
back
so
then.
different now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a league underneath our league.
Yeah.
So Suncorp Super Netball, and then there's a, what do you call it?
Sort of like a
Queensland?
VNL?
yeah. A&L. It's cool.
A&L?
And so like head coaches go and scout that league. They're also doing scouting in other states and things like that. But usually at a nationals tournament, you get scouted.
And then you get like identified.
yeah.
And that's when you get into Aussie stuff.
So you can just get signed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're not zoned to Queensland because you were from Queensland and obviously.
Nah, you can kind of go anywhere. Yeah.
So it was just coincident that Queensland picked you up. Like it could have been a Vixens. Vixens
Yeah.
could have gone on
Like-
Tippah.
Yeah.
like I'm New South Wales based, so I didn't get offered a Swiss contract.
Oh,
so
right.
they got
It's similar to the trade period, I guess.
Yeah.
You can
And
just go.
You can't get traded, can you?
Nah.
No,
You
no.
can't go player for
So
player.
if you're out of contract,
Yeah.
you can just see you later.
Yeah.
Go and sign somewhere else.
Really? So there's no. Has there ever been a trade for a player? Can you trade a player for a player?
What happens if you're contracted?
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
wanna
mean.
I don't think
Nah.
that's ever been done before.
Nah, you can't do that.
I think netball are a little bit behind.
Yeah.
In that
regard.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Would you be? I know we only just touched on it, but supportive of more teams in the
Oh, absolutely.
more teams,
Yeah.
more round. Obviously, you make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
For
You can
sure.
see like there's 10 in a team. The 3 bench players are like could be in a team.
Could be their
Could be
own
playing.
team.
Yeah.
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 If you had a team of all the bench players in the league, that'd be an elite team too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Where do you reckon a good team would be?
Probably the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So more teams.
Dolphins.
Hey.
Well, Gold Coast don't
Oh,
have a
you're
team.
naming a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No. Really. In all seriousness, would you just put more like an extra team in each state?
Yeah. Well, previous to having Giants, Sunshine Coast, and Magpies, there was only Well, we had
Wasn't there? Weren't New
there's the
Zealanders?
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's called the Trans Tasman
Yeah.
ANZ Championship League, and so after going into the Suncorp Super Netball League, it's all Australian, and so we have probably the best league in the world. No, we do have the best league in the world, and potential to add probably 2 more teams with the talent that we've got.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I seen they were talking about it recently with the how much money they'd lost. They'd been asking the government for.
Yeah. There was a lot of reports on the.
Which
the
is
debt
pretty
that they had.
crazy to think because netball is the number 1 participated sport in Australia.
Well done. Yep.
Yeah, well, I've known that for a long time, which blows
Number
my
one
participated
Yeah.
sport
out
in
of
Australia.
everything.
Yeah,
Really?
blows your mind to think that they are struggling financially. I
Mm.
know COVID would have made them struggle, but like that just blows your mind.
Mm.
What do you know what the average salary is in the netball?
I think it's like around 70 grand.
70 grand. What's the average in the AFL? You would know because you're a part of the
300, I think.
Really? Oh, you're allowed to swear. It's all good.
Tippah.
We're allowed to swear. Come on, Tippah. Give us that much.
No, it's 300. I'm fairly
So
sure.
it's about
300,000.
Wowee. So the average in the net has that. So your first. I know you won't mind saying.
I can tell you.
Do you remember your very first contract?
Yeah,
How
it
much
was
you were getting
like
paid?
16.
$16,000.
Yeah, and I was
For a full
interstate.
time.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
it's considered
technically,
part-time.
I
but-
worked
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
How
So-
does? Yeah, you go.
Yeah, it's evolved, obviously.
Yeah.
It's sort of like all female sports now evolving. And I think because we talk about it a lot, but we want to pump it up as much as we can because obviously you girls are involved. But yeah, it's an elite sport. To go
Yeah.
and watch it, if you go and watch live netball, you
Yeah.
just appreciate the professionalism and
Yeah.
how elite you are.
Well,
it's great.
you obviously see with Tippah, because you see Tippah train, I obviously see Kimmy train, but one of the biggest eye-openers that I got and realised, appreciated a lot more is, I don't know if you remember Kimmy, but do you remember, it was at Collingwood, it was like a Christmas breakup for the netball team, and they were told to bring their partners down, and we played so you guys were a team, and we versed you, the partners versed you in like a little scratch match, if you want to call it that,
Oh yeah.
out at the Holden Centre.
Yeah.
Adam would have worn a dress and
No, well, I
Were you
thought...
playing centre? Were you against?
Yeah,
me?
I thought like, oh, this won't be too hard. Like, I'm a professional athlete myself. Like, I should be fine.
you'd have had deep heat rubbed on you before the game.
No, this is before I was hurting my hamstrings. I was fine then. But I just remember, like, we started with the ball. No, I played. I was
you playing
goal
against?
tack because I was taking deep shots and I was completely airballing it because it was so hard.
There's no backball.
But anyway, I just remember when they got the ball and I just couldn't believe how quickly you'd move it from one end to the other end. Just couldn't keep up. And I was just like, wow, this is incredible. absolutely incredible. And I remember Jace Brandley and
Yeah.
Mitch was there too, and they were like, "What the heck is going on?" It was pretty funny. But yeah, you get a much greater appreciation, don't you?
So that's something that you're bad at, is it?
Oh, I'm better than you at netball.
We should
I
make a
wouldn't be
mixed
better than
team.
these guys.
Yeah, we should.
I always said I've played one. I played one mixed game of netball when I was young. You would have played a little bit, wouldn't you?
I did
Like
play
back
one.
down in Yarra?
We played at we actually played at the State Netball Hockey Centre once
A mixed game.
for the school. So we came to Melbourne. There was heaps of schools. I loved it, but I didn't shoot. I
What
was a
position would you
defender.
play? What position do you reckon Dunks would be?
Oh, I just
Defender
told ya.
for sure. Oh
No, what
no, I
position?
reckon he would be a defender.
What do you reckon, Tip? Watching
Yeah,
him as a
probably.
footy
I've
player.
seen him shoot the basketball.
Watching him as play footy. How what type of player? So he'd be a defender.
Oh, yeah,
Goalkeeper
Yeah.
or the goal?
Goal defense.
Goal defense, yeah.
What about me?
Oh mate, you'd be centre of attention.
Have a look at his.
Goal
He's like,
attack.
What about me?
what would I be?
Yeah, you'd probably want to be the star of the show. Hey,
Yeah.
goal attack Tippah.
Yeah. They get
So
all the
is there
glory.
actually? Is there a? Hang on. So is there? You just said the goal attack tipper. So is there a position in netball where, like the quarterback, is always the star of the NFL
Well-
team? Is there a position in netball?
You think of a grand final, and you're the one who has to take the winning shot.
Isn't it the shooter? I would have thought the shooter.
Goal shoot, goal attack doesn't matter.
Shooting end.
But you always remember whether it went in or it didn't. I
Yeah,
guess
that's
in the
true.
papers the next day.
No, but I'm more meaning. Is there like? Do you know what I mean when I say like, out of all the positions on the
Who's-
netball court, there's like a stereotype around that position being, that's the number one position, that's the star of the team. Is it the goal attack?
Probably.
I reckon, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Probably because you're like a playmaker, but you also shoot.
Yeah.
Well, who are the goal attacks in the league? There's obviously Tippah,
Yeah.
Gretel.
star, Gretel. Who was just
Housby.
who just
Sasha
won?
Glasgow. If you
Oh,
Oh
know.
yeah,
yeah.
she was
She-
just
She just got
she was
MVP,
woman of
so-
the match.
Yeah, woman of the match. Yeah.
Well,
That's the
it's
one.
called that, isn't it? The woman of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Sophie Garvin. Yeah, there's a few.
Joe Harton. Joe Harton's good.
So
Very
what you're
hard,
telling me
yeah.
is that would be the goal attack.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. How do you come off half back? What are you shaking your head at?
Oh, I don't know.
It's not true. I'm a role player. So
So moving on from Adam. moving on from
the
Adam.
GD. So obviously we're in the off season now. What are you guys like? I know what you're doing. How are you just filling your time? Because when do you go back to training? Do you know yet?
I think around October-ish sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't really been doing anything.
Do you have a training program? Do you have to follow a training program at all? Do they send one out for you?
Well, we're just getting a new S&C, so we're kind of like in a limbo
In a
sort of
holding
thing right
period for
now.
it.
Yeah, but you kind of just do your own thing for a little bit, but
Yep.
I haven't really started back yet.
Is there?
It's only
I
been a
think I
few
need to
weeks.
get
Yeah.
on the Rad Fitness app.
Yeah, you do.
Labs
Oh,
Fitness.
yeah, let's talk about the app.
Is there-
Because that
Yeah.
just
Well,
launched, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's actually taken off. Jess and I are very proud. Obviously, when you put something together, you want people to jump on board, and yeah, it's taken off. So it's just all
Mm.
fitness, Pilates, strength, cardio workouts. So
And there's a few videos of you on there. Ads, is it?
I don't think there is
he's
there?
tried to do a few.
They're actually really. Have you ever done one of the abs session? No, you wouldn't have. Why am I looking at you?
I probably
Tibber, have you ever done one of the ab sessions that
I think
they've?
she's watched me and Tassie do
It's
it.
ridiculous.
I did. I was looking
Oh,
after Georgie,
oh
and she
my
was just
God.
like
That was
on
your
a
excuse.
roll.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that was her excuse.
Yeah.
I'll go look up.
She was doing an assignment. I remember.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
it,
"Can you watch
yeah.
G for me?"
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that was insane. I was just like in
The ab
awe.
session, yeah, it's ridiculous. I've done it once and never again, never ever again.
I think I've done a few AM
No,
raps.
I'm saying because I can't do it because I suck at it. But for those who want
Supposed
to
to
do
be
it,
selling
do it.
Not selling it.
Everyone should do it.
Everyone should do
Everyone
it.
should jump
Everyone
on and
should jump on the
download-
app first and
Yeah,
foremost.
download the app and get involved.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
We'll do a session together in our off season.
All right.
First week straight up.
Nah, so long as it's 3 weeks after the season.
Yes.
Because you got to have your rest.
True that.
Actually, do you do that? Do you train straight away or do you have a bit of a
Let's
rest?
be really honest here,
No,
Kim.
I'm very similar to Adam.
Really?
Although I do. We do have a few days. We're probably very different to you guys.
No, but can
But
we
that's
put,
what I mean by when I say Adam and I are so similar.
Mm.
Yeah, like in terms of training and that type of stuff, we're very,
But if we put it, like, can I just put it into perspective? We're not training. So, and I know Kim is the exact same. We're not training for, I'm doing this because I know no other netball is doing this, or I know no other football is doing this. I'm doing it because I just like being fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
fair.
resting your body?
But I do rest my body.
We have
I spend
days off.
hours and hours and hours on my recovery.
What
Every
about
single
days?
day.
Days and weeks.
Sleep. Sleep's the most important form of rest, mate. As long as I get my 8 hours, I'm fine.
Is there any part to it that, because you're eating and drinking a little bit worse
More.
off,
Yeah.
that you want to burn that off?
Oh, yeah, there is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Thought
actually
so.
a great question.
Yeah, no, I
Definitely is.
Oh,
there,
I think
there definitely
I
is.
get that. I get that.
Yeah.
But I still.
But you're mentally capable to be able to be like, oh, it's okay. I'm fine. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Where Kim and I are like, nah.
yeah. I guess when you're like in contract or like being a professional athlete, you want to try and keep the standard. And I get the rest thing, but obviously when you come into a preseason, you don't want it to be so hard.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
just kind of
No, I agree with
manage
that.
it.
I agree. You got to keep yourself at a good level to then.
Yeah.
Go
You do,
again.
which like you do. I'm saying we joke about that.
I'm
you
only
don't,
saying I have 2 weeks
Yeah.
off and then
and then you go.
I progress.
We're just a little bit more obsessive.
Yeah, I think you're a bit obsessive though. You won't like
I won't miss a
not do
session.
it. Like
No,
even if
Dunks
it's pouring rain,
He bags me all
he
the time
makes me
about
come with him.
it. Exactly. He
so
bags me all the
good.
time about it. But I know he has a little bit of an obsession there about
Yeah, he
being
does.
fit
He
and
like has to
training.
do what is like put down on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just know that when I get back, you're going to be there and we're going to verse each other.
Yeah.
And so this year, when you beat me, I was flat as.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. That was hilarious. Remember I told you? I
Yeah,
called up
I
and said,
know.
I actually beat Josh in the running.
shocked.
Like, this
I
does
said
not
running.
happen.
called you. He called everyone.
It wouldn't surprise me.
He put a post up.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, you did.
You know what he did? Celebrating. He took his shirt off on the last lap.
No, I was.
Wow.
No. I didn't do it to celebrate. I was cooked.
Anyway, while we're on Adam, I just want to go back to the start. We talked about flaws or things you don't like about him. Is there something that you don't like about him? Something just to finish up, because I got to go get a haircut
No,
soon.
what do you love about me, first and foremost?
Everything. I love everything about him. His faults and everything.
Thanks.
But something I don't. Oh, I'd have to agree with you, Josh. Like I've come to Melbourne, I expected to have some plans in place, but it's like, oh, Kimmy, what do you want to do?
It is true. I mean,
I'd
I'm
agree with
very-
the unorganised.
The
It was
way-
funny when we first started dating. He was so good with washing, so good with cleaning.
Hey,
up.
I still.
so he's no
hang-
good now?
Hang
He
on.
is good,
Slapped
but not as
Hang on. Got Jess to look after me in that regard.
So he took my twin.
No, but I don't. No. So when
But
Jess.
I remember when I first came over, you were like doing your washing, hanging it out. I was like, oh, this is great. Like he even does
Very
his own
clean
washing.
and trying
I
to put
still
on a
am.
show.
I'm very clean. I'm very OCD with
He
cleaning.
is, he is
No,
that.
when Jess goes, because
There
she
you go. You
commonly
try and make this up.
she commonly goes and visits Kim. I'm there by myself. They come home, or Jess comes home, and
It's
the and the
immaculate.
house is immaculate. All the washing's done. Everything's done. So
Well,
yeah,
it's one of your flaws. So
it is. I agree. But the way I worded it to you the other day was I just say yes to everything, and then I get to the point and I'm just like, oh no, how do I get
Yeah,
out of
he
this? How
does.
do I get
you've
out
got
of
to
that?
cancel things, and I'm first on the list. Whatever we're doing.
No, because I know how much you love me. I'm like, oh, he'll love me
No, you
regardless, so
know-
it doesn't matter.
You know that I'll just be like, no worries, mate. It's all good.
That's
I'll
it.
Hang on. This potty was meant to be at what time today? 2 o'clock. And we started at 2:30, and it wasn't my fault, so it's all good.
No, it was Tippah's fault.
It was Virgin's
It was
fault.
Virgin's fault. Hey, Virgin,
I know.
all the planes these days are just
Virgin.
Oh,
Virgin.
delayed. It's
delayed.
terrible.
Like it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
and,
shocking.
And the price of flights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking,
ridiculous.
ridiculous. That's why Kimmy didn't come down last
Actually,
week, because it was ridiculous.
insane.
Like if you don't
Families.
book 3 weeks in advance, you're
Yeah.
paying $700 for a
I
flight.
know, mate. It's shocking.
It's crazy. I don't know why is that?
It's like the petrol prices at the moment.
If anyone knows, hit us up.
Please send it through. No, but I don't want to end on that. I want to end on Tippah's.
Of course.
End on Tippah's. What you love about Josh and what you don't necessarily love about him. And you can't say because he's a guzzler, because I said that.
He asked me the other day because we were talking
Yeah,
about
I actually asked her that night because I was like, is there something that you would say? I knew this was
What do you
coming.
love about him? Give me one thing.
everything.
Well, it's not everything.
Kimmy said that.
Yeah, it's not everything because there's obviously something you don't like.
I said his
Yeah, well-
loyalty. I said his loyalty to his family and friends the other day.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but that's my one. What do you love about him?
I can't just pick one thing.
Like,
There's too many.
all right, give me this one thing you don't like about him.
What did I say? I was like, he has to be like in control. So
Absolutely, he does.
Organised. So,
So,
I'm the
like,
organised one.
I gave an
Yeah.
example, like if we're cooking and I'm like stirring, he's like, get out of the way. And he like
Stirring
takes over because I'm doing it too slow.
I don't say get out of the way.
Oh,
I
Tipper,
just
does
think-
it? Oh, unplug this. Does he let you drive the car?
Yeah, he actually does.
all the time.
Remember that time after the game
Oh yeah, because it's
when you let me
you.
drive the car?
Because it's you, and you know you're a bit of a rev head at times.
But that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. So after that game, do you remember it? Your mum and
Mum
someone,
and dad and my uncle, everyone was drunk.
and we got to remember, I've been driving 5 years longer than this guy, and we were sitting in the car and I was about to drive, and he kept coming over to Lisa and being like, "Lisa, make sure you're watching him. Tell him, like, make sure he didn't want me to drive his car. He was stressing out that it's going to crash
You know
him.
how it's different. Like,
How's it different?
It's like a thing on the
Oh,
side. You don't
yeah.
have a gear stick.
Oh, okay, that's right. I don't know how to use the handbrake
And
or whatever it may
the
be.
parking brake is on the thing. So
It is
was
tricky.
concerned that you didn't know.
were stressed.
It actually
you were
is
raging
tricky.
from the game. So I was just like, oh, I don't know what's going to
Well,
go
no,
on.
was it? Who did we win or lose?
I can't remember, but you were raging. You're always raging.
I just expect better. That's right. Did we actually win? No, we won. We won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
right.
won. I remember.
You do remember?
I remember Lisa telling us, Adsy drove us home.
Oh, that's right. So we won. But that's the thing that frustrates you the most is the control freak.
Yeah.
But you went on record. I saw it yesterday. They put up a post on the travel thing that you did,
Oh, yeah.
the flight centre thing. She did a flight centre interview, and it was, who would you go away? Who do you want to go away with? She said me because of my organisation. So I think it's a positive.
I think it's positive too. Absolutely.
Yeah. It
No,
just,
well, it can be overwhelming
Yeah.
sometimes. But it's a positive, mate. Don't worry. It is a positive. If you
Nah,
if you
it's
want to
good.
get shit done, go to
Teaching.
dumps.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see?
Or if you don't
I'd
want
go
to
on
do
holiday
something.
with them because we wouldn't have to organise
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going on holiday with these two because
At
we
the
don't
end
worry
of
about this.
Nah, but all good. Thank you, girls, for
Hang on.
joining us.
Hang on.
Oh, we got to talk about these.
We've got AJ, Antonio James, who always sends us, I'm not going to unplug me microphone again, but he sends these jumpers to us all the time. And give him a follow on Instagram, Antonio James, AJ. They're really cool NBA type apparel, unreal stuff. So thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Like, girls, well done. Well done. Thanks for coming
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Was it as bad as what you thought?
Nah, I think I talked more than I thought I would.
No, you were good.
I was kind of hoping Georgie would wake up so
Yeah.
she could do the close.
Yeah, because when,
Like,
when we're on the way here, she was like, "Oh, what was she saying? We'll go see Josh. We're gonna go see Josh."
She's cute.
But no, thanks for coming on, girls. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys.